Hi, my name is Paul Foster, and I'm a coffee roaster here in Ottawa, or Vars, Ontario. I am 38 years old. I have a wife and 2 boys, 5 and 3. I've been married going on 10 years next year. I was one of 5 kids, so for us there's never an abundance of money, but there's always financial security. My parents always were very proactive on savings. They always worked on making sure that they didn't just rely on their pension. They wanted to make sure that they had investments and backups in case there's shortfalls. My family was always very forthcoming about the money. We talked about it. Myself, I've always been, as a child, very young age, I always was obsessed with making money. My neighbors, I used to go around my streets when I was as young as 3 years old and I'd sell pine cones to my neighbors. My mom was mortified, and then so she'd take me back to say, no, you can't sell just pine cones to your neighbors. You gotta actually do something with them. And most people just saw the gumption and the ingenuity just being so significant. They just let me keep it. They just thought it was the cutest thing in the world. So I worked in the banking industry for 9 years. I'd been very strategic about how I did the job. My job was a job. My business is passionate. I like it. When I started working for the bank, is neat. You had to pay your bills. I wanted to save money. I needed benefits. I needed all the usual things that you need to live with. But at the same time, the full focus was to develop a business. There was no dissuading me of which way I was going. I was going to do my business. I just had to do it responsibly. When I started the business, it was more just a hobby. I could find that I could roast coffee on popcorn poppers and get these green beans and really fun coffees from all over the world within days. And I'd be able to cook it, bring it to work, and drink it with my buddies. Coffee is a great social product. There's never people that come up and buy coffee from you where they're unhappy or dissatisfied. I met my wife and we'd meet in coffee shops and have these little encounters, which were really just the building of a really helpful and nice relationship. I'd plotted out using just the demand for my product and the amount of time I was spending to deliver it, roast it, and produce it. I'd go out and deliver the coffee before I go to work, and then I'd go from work to back home to roast more coffee, and then wake up and do the same thing again.
A message from the Government of Canada.